Alright, hey guys, welcome to episode 15. Let's get this construction underway because we don't have much time, honestly. Why is this black? I'm honestly kind of weirded out by this, because that is obviously not the color it's supposed to be. Huh. Maybe I should fix that. But yeah, so our goal is to increase the size of our hover thing by quite a bit, because we want to we want to increase from 3 pockets up to 9, because if we can do that, that lessens the chance of us just getting completely blown out of the sky. Oops. There we go. And just do the same thing down here. No idea at all why the... I did play with the settings a little bit just to try and make the game look a little better, but yeah, that's kind of weird, to be entirely honest. Let's just add some armor on here. There we go. And then we're going to want some of these. And some of these. There we go. Go do this end. There we go. Alright, so that's nicely reinforced. So let's go ahead and actually make this thing functional. Helium pumps. So I am going to divide this whole section into 3 pieces. So we'll get some wooden beams. And let's actually just do it this way. There we go, perfect. So that increases us up to 9 buoyant bags. 3 central ones are still like bigger, but still. I actually like to add a little bit extra to this too. I'm just gonna go ahead, do this. Actually, comparing that, because I did like a little test build for what it would look like just in design mode. And yeah, considering the fact that I actually made this bag a bit smaller than I planned, we'll just go ahead and do just a little differently than I thought I was going to do, which is fine. There we go. I don't usually plan things, so, you know, Although we've seen so many times how it goes when I don't plan things, that I don't think it's a big deal if I suddenly start planning things. You guys know the results. That is... Huh. I'm probably gonna have to redo that because that seems very weird. Oh, whatever. The front and the back don't always have to be perfectly aligned. Alright, so then I do want a little bit of metal here. I think right along this. So let's go ahead and grab these and run this through. And then do this. Perfect. And then I'm going to want one of these and one of these, although this one looks like it's going to have to be one of these actually, which is perfectly fine. I'm definitely going to have to fix this shadow thing because it's driving me nuts. Yeah, and it looks like this doesn't go. I can't see where I'm building. Like that's the issue. I can't see. That was less of a intense thing to fix than I thought it would be. Perfect. And these are all entirely misplaced. There we go. Get these. Perfect. Yeah, no, all that is wrong. Let's go like this, and this goes here. There we go. That's starting to make a little bit more sense. Oh, this goes here. So I'm going to do this. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Well, kind of. But, you know, we're going to run with it. It works. It's functional. It's debating if that's the right thing there. I don't think it is. Yeah, no, because that's supposed to... Or maybe I should just this. And then we have, I don't even know what we have there. So this, these go here. This is a mess. Like, this is just a mess, guys. I'm sorry. It's the quality building you guys come here for. Nope, that's not the right corner. This one, this one, this one. There we go. Perfect. All right, so now what I want to do is go grab the metal and just reinforce this, because I'm hoping that this thing will take most of the hits for the balloon, and we can thus have it be a little balloony, but also have it be, you know, armored up nicely. And if we can do that, then that means this thing's not going to pop as easily. We'll just run this over here, and then run this over here. We've got some spots we're going to have to fill in. Oops, I don't know what I just did. So let's get a 3-bar for there. There we go. So now what we're going to do is just reinforce this a little bit. Go 3 bars here and here. So we now have a nicely armored compartment compared to the rest of the balloon, which we will do a single helium pump in, and up front and up back. And voila. This here. And there we go. We now have a nice little balloon. So our balloon, much better done. We got 13K left to build with. So let's go ahead and make some modifications. I'm going to pull our forward propulsion off just for now. Don't worry, I'll put it back. It will be returning, because, you know, otherwise we can't move. There we go. So, and what I want to do, I want to get rid of our current missile system. Let's just pull that right off. These are going to disappear because I want to replicate this hole over to there. We're also just going to pull this off, because this is where we're going to be mounting our turret. kind of want to just open this right up for now. There we go. Open this up on side 2. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have those open, do need to copy over our mounting points for our turrets. And we are going to reinforce them a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and update the general hull of this thing. So I'll pull these off, replace them with metal. Same with over here. And get rid of these because it never served a purpose to begin with. What is this? Just tiny pieces of wood. No. No tiny pieces of wood. Get rid of these. Reinforce this whole frame. Perfect. And so the general idea is that I want to lower the skeleton of the ship down by about 3 blocks, and I want that entire 3 blocks to be just pure armor. Because we are the steel bottom blimp. So having anything beyond it being goddamn invulnerable doesn't make any sense, at least from my perspective. We're gonna go ahead and do that. Then we are going to be leaving less of the bay open because obviously that is a giant hole. Let's see. So it's here. About this, plus I want 1, 2, 3 on either side. 2, 3. So that means here, which does indeed add up. Perfect. To here. And then I want this done in the same way. Then we are, of course, gonna do this layer of armor a little bit differently, just because it has to be. Always remember, if the question is, does corruption have any idea what he's doing? The answer is always no. All right, so that gives us our nice, what, 7x7? Pretty sure that's 7x7 hole. So we just have to outline it. This doesn't seem quite right, but I'm running with it. There we go. All right, so now that we have that, we just want to go ahead, outline it this way. And then once more. Oops. It's supposed to go that way. It's supposed to go this way. Perfect. So we now have a nice little fortified area. 3, 2, 1, 1. Perfect. So what these ones, at least on the back, are going to be used for is engine rooms. So I'll go ahead, pull these off. Do it this way. And I'm going to want to install some jets. Because we want them nestled nice and deep in there. We actually might go ahead and do custom jets. Well, this thing was looking pretty cool actually with the data blades. Yeah, let's just never mind everything I just did. Just put that armor back where it's supposed to be. Perfect. Yeah, we're just gonna have big data blades. At some point, we're gonna do the. Let's get this weapon up and running first. Let's do that. So, I want to do this. And we are going to be doing a pair of nice big APS guns. Okay. This way's forwards for the gun. So, I'll go ahead, send that forward by 3. Put our firing piece on and get our nice little AA mantle and a 4-meter barrel with the bore evacuator, which, although it does, oh, never mind, it just affects cooldown. Perfect. I thought there was a negative to it. So what I'm going to want to do, we are going to be using belt fed for this. I'm going to go ahead. Let's actually do this symmetrically. There we go. Just save myself some time. Yep, that works. Perfect. Excellent. Yeah, I do believe we are going to want a little bit of a gauge increase. But we are going to be going up to 6 barrels. Yeah, I think 88 millimeters should do. Let's get some recoil absorption on here. Actually, we don't need that much. That's too much recoil absorption. Too much. All right. Probably want cooling vents. And yes, I realize that this is kind of a big gun. Let's see. a lot of that's a lot of loading chambers. And as such, we're going to protect it properly. There we go. We are going to be installing an AI, and it is going to be using this for its rangefinders. Yeah, that's the armored version. Perfect. I actually meant to do this. Run a camera there. Run a gimbal for radar there. And a connector on the back to bring it all in line. And now let's just make him look a little better. It's not going to be the best armored turret in the world, but she's definitely going to function. Which is more than what I could say about half the stuff I put on my ships. And just a little tiny bit extra back protection. Because, you know, why not? And fill in this little gap here. And then we're going to go back to the main ship itself. Turn this on. And we are going to be extending the armor out. Just a little bit. Nope. That sounded like braking. There we go. So we now have our first gun. So we're going to go ahead, grab a copy of it. Might make it a little bit bigger, but I don't think I want to. So advanced cannons, ammo controller, we'll put it up here. If it's the flak monkey. Okay, so what I want to fire is we're going to be doing high explosive rounds, I do believe. Yeah, let's go check. What did I set the gauge on this to? 88 millimeters. Okay. Back to the flak monkey. 88. Perfect. Okay, so expected explosive damage 275 with a material cost of half. So reload time 7 seconds. That's fine. The only issue is the muzzle velocity. So I kind of want to see, because I do want them to go fast. Let's do gunpowder casing here. Yeah, because that's 464 meters a second with an effective range of 2.5 kilometers and an explosive damage of 626. Material cost is up though. If I just rebuild it like this, HE head. Yeah, that's better, I think. Yeah, let's fire those. That seems functional. So we're gonna go ahead, assign all these to it, and we're gonna take a look at what it is. So it's 965 RPM, although we are short on coolers currently, which means since we have all this excess room in the turret area that we can work with, we're going to go ahead and update that. Make it a little bit better. Oh, all right, work from the top. Okay, so we're going to want to go like this. And where's the corners? There it is. That brings us up to 1.21%. What? Why is this not working the way it was before? That's weird. Oh, well, more coolers it is. 360 RPM, that's good. I'll just do this. That brings up to 510 RPM. Let's just push that a little bit further. I'm going to want a 4-way split. No. Yeah, just a 3-way split. Where's the corner? Man, I cannot for the life of me remember where that corner is every time. No, cooling unit, not gauge increaser. Nope, don't know what I just broke. There we go. So our current problem is recoil. So let's go ahead and deal with that. Recoil, 15-24 seconds. We need a little more. Probably get away with like 2-meter sticks. Nope. Not quite. Almost there. One little 2-meter stick more. Perfect. Okay, so that brings us to 664 RPM. But since we're using clip loaders, we do have the advantage that that's not our actual RPM, because normally you would have downtime with your clip loaders. So by having it set up the way we have it set, that means that we're essentially going to go from clip A to clip B to clip C, and then we're going to go back to clip A after it's done reloading. So let's just go ahead and do that. It gives us lots of excess material. So that is our nice little gun, and it's 600 RPM with a decent effective range. And we are going to go ahead and start on the AI for this. Yes, so metal block, local weapon controller, wireless receiver, not transmitter, that's the wrong thing, and we obviously want a failsafe. So I think we do have to make a little tiny bit of a modification here, just because I don't want these sticks getting in the way. So I do believe we could go like this, and then just mount this one like that. And this thing should be able to fully rotate. Let's try setting it to slot 1. Go. Oop. Whoa, whoa, camera controls, what are you doing? Why are you not rotating is the question. Huh. Yeah, shouldn't be having any issues rotating. So that's all turret cap. But what is it hitting against is the question. This, let's see. I'm actually not sure. There shouldn't be anything for it to smack against. Unless maybe this. Maybe that armor is just a little too close. Yeah, that armor was a little too close. Okay, so let's make sure it can rotate all the way around. No, it cannot. What is it catching on this time? This little piece of armor. Okay. So we have no option but to remove it. Let's go ahead and do that. I am slightly scared of the idea of this thing literally being so heavy that it tips us over. So let's go ahead and go on to it. And we are going to save the subject. I don't know, we're just going to call it blimp chain. Just because it's not that I want it, another copy of it, or not that I want it to actually save it, I just want to have the ability to put down a copy of it over here. That's forward, yeah. There we go. So now we have 2 copies. And we do need to pull this armor off on this side. There we go. Which means I do want to install a little more armor on the sides of that. Because I am a little bit afraid of this thing just getting just chunked off. That would not be good. All right, but yeah, so now we have our 2 main guns there. Let's go ahead, upgrade our little pitch and roll systems, just because I am terrified of these things getting just completely overwhelmed with all the new weight. So let's upgrade these. I also don't want them getting shot off for obvious reasons. So we're going to go install new ones up here at the center of the balloon. Let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's too far that way. Okay, so our center of mass is like here. 1, 2. Let's go. Yeah, we're just making it up. It's probably like here. Who knows? Who actually knows? I don't. We'll go with a metal duck this time. Pull this off. Let's see, air. Should we just use a jet? No, we can get away with just doing dead blades. Oops. So this whole thing should be a roller. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I have mirror mode on. Perfect. Okay, so that is our 2 new rollers. So let's go ahead and make them look a bit nicer. Debating. Yeah, because if I do this, perfect. And we're not actually going to do anything with these yet. We may at some point, though. So we'll just attach them in this way. Perfect. All right, so that is our upgraded roll controls. So let's do our upgraded pitch controls. This one, it's nice because we can actually see. So duct, metal, 1, 2. And then we just go ahead, put a data blade down with an extender on top. One, two. Oops, nope, that's not what I want. Perfect. I'm going to do it at the front or the back. Yeah, this is the front. Duct, metal 5x5 here, one here. Grab the data blade, put it in, put the pole in. And then we go get the metal. Huh. We may actually be stuck doing this properly. What's that? We have to do things properly. That's unacceptable. Alright, I went looked back at the footage. Apparently that one time my mouse went off the screen, it managed to stop us from recording. So, we didn't lose much. You guys just didn't see me finish up the one on the, I think, the front or the back, can't remember which. Either way, it's done. They look nice. They look similar to each other. At some point, that whole exposed wood area is going to get armored up. That's not going to be right now because we only have 46k left, and we need to bring the metal shell up the rest of the way. And we also need to add some missiles to this thing, because currently we don't have very many missiles, and we also basically, my god, none of that was built with mirror mode on. Just undo it, just get rid of it. But yeah, so essentially we're going to be adding this armor, and then we are going to be adding some stuff, very descriptive, I know, some stuff that will help us actually deal with things like missiles, because not having that is going to kill us. I know it. Like, that is how we're going to die. We're going to get hit by like a missile or something, or I'm not going to be able to aim at an enemy because it like flies above us, or one of a dozen other things that we're currently vulnerable to. Which I would like to not be vulnerable to, because why be vulnerable to death when you would just say no? Remember, always say no to death when given the opportunity. Because if you say yes, it doesn't end well. No one enjoys that experience except for death. Let's get this sealed up properly. There we go. So, with that done, need to close this up, which we'll go ahead and do. Alright, so eventually the goal is to bring this up to match that. We're not quite there, we still got a gap. Or we might be bringing the blimp down, who knows. But we got 40k left, it's time for the missile system. In particular, we're doing two missile systems. A medium missile system with a very long range that we can use to just kill our foe that can't be hit by these cannons, and B, a pair of small anti-missile missile systems, which I'm going to be deploying right now, so that's what you get to see next. Let's go ahead and get that done. We don't want... I don't want to spend too much on this system, just because every time I build it, it just doesn't work properly. And we get like shot with lasers and like, you know, it just doesn't work. You get shot with lasers, the missile system isn't going to help you. Or the anti-missile system isn't going to help you. It just doesn't work that way. Let's go ahead and do this, and this, and this, and this. Yeah, so I need an ACB to actually handle the firing of this system. So when we detect enemy missiles, we don't care about torpedoes. We want to immediately fire the guns that are right here. So we're going to fire this. We also want this system to have identify friend or foe so it doesn't try and shoot our missiles out of the sky. Perfect. And then I need to configure this ACB. Probably could have done a copy paste, but whatever. Whatever. To weapon system fire. Perfect. Then we do need the actual munition warners for such a system. We'll go ahead and get those installed. One here, pair here, pair here. Better to have too many than too few. They're cheap, relatively. There we go. Then let's get our main missile bay online. Which identify friend or foe. Only need one of those. I think I might actually just deploy a large missile. Because like I don't usually deploy a large missile. And like that seems fun. I feel like I will enjoy this. It is going to be EMP, just to melt some faces. Let's see, it lasts 40 seconds and currently has 12 seconds of fuel. Huh. Maybe we do just stick with medium missiles. Because I know how to build medium missiles versus I don't with those. So, active seeker, fin, prediction, EMP all of these up. Man, that is a loud clicking noise. I always forget about that. EMP. I do want to put a regulator on here. And we'll do one more fuel tank. And just bring it down to, 37 seconds of fuel. There we go. And copy it to all the others. Yeah, so in general, I don't know. I like having a medium missile system on the craft. Especially when we can get one this large like that. That is a pretty big set of missiles. Oh, perfect. Yeah. We don't appear to be flying right now, guys. What is causing this? We should have. Is it a problem with the helium systems? I don't think it is. We must have gone just completely overboard on the armor. That's not good. This isn't good at all, guys. So replace all the helium pumps just in case. Well, you know what this means. Make the balloon bigger. So let's just go ahead and do that. I did want to keep 20,000 resources just sitting around spare, but I mean, we can't exactly be a blimp in this condition. So let's blimp it up. All right, pull these off. We'll leave that one. We'll leave those two just because they're ACBs. Okay, so for right now, get us in the air. Because that should be more than enough. So that is a huge blimp section. Man, if I have to add more blimp to this blimp, like, I'll do it. There we go. I feel like our little thrusters are supposed to kind of push this up. I feel like they do nothing nowadays. Oh, man. Yeah, I think we just get rid of these. We'll keep them around just as decorations, but like they don't do anything. This is all balloon all the time. And I kind of feel like it's time for us to have like a little flight deck. Actually, you know what? We are taking those thrusters off. These are coming off. Boop. Boop. Because I would rather just pull them off, save the engine power, because we can just replace them with just little emergency backup roll controllers. I'm also like terrified of like I am terrified of something horrible spawning while I'm doing all of this and just ruining all of this hard work. Roller. This thing is also getting like massive, if you guys haven't noticed. Like this is no longer like some small little craft. This thing is a behemoth. What we should do, we should probably This should probably have a helium tank. This has a helium tank. This should have one too. Because I mean, like, we have all of these huge areas. Like, as much as like, even if this is filled to the brim with helium, like, it's still going to provide a lot of weight. Like, it's not going to be a problem. Okay, so we got 22,000 material left. I kind of feel like that should be our ammunition / repair supply. Plus, we need forward propulsion. We don't currently have that. That would be a very beneficial thing for me to install. So we're going to have our main forward propulsion right here in this little protected area. It's going to go like that. Right here. This will do. Yeah, 3,400 thrust. That's probably not going to do too much for us, but whatever. Okay, if I set it to like one motor drive, how much? It's only 47 power, and it doubles it. Okay, let's set it to 4 motor drive. Yeah, 188 power. We can totally do that. 8. That is, let's just go 10. That's in our power. We can do that continuously with no repercussions. So let's go ahead, give into the madness for a little bit, because I would very much like it to have a little area on the front of our craft where we can sit and only be mildly terrified of death. So we've got the glass, so that should protect us ever so slightly, guys. Like, that should provide at least some form of protection. Oh, and actually, I can go ahead and install a nice little door. I'm not sure what I'm hearing, but it sounds like gunfire, to be brutally honest. Oh. Mistakes were made. Go ahead. This will be a little slope up. There we go. So am I being shot at, or am I shooting at somebody? No, it doesn't appear I am. Okay. So let's go ahead, put this thing into third person. Welcome to the thumbnail, ladies and gentlemen. We now have a beautiful craft, big guns, giant balloon, a nice little office, could probably be better, a main missile system, thrust, a random chair. Like, I'm happy with this. This design is something I am actually proud of. Now, how long is it going to live? I can't say for sure. We also, that gets us up to 25 26 meters a second. Like, that's pretty good for a blimp. All right, let's go ahead, because we don't appear to be turning. That's a problem. It appears to be because of our turning thrusters just being tiny. So let's go ahead and up that. To at least 360 power. That is still terrible. This brings it to 720. Oh, we're already at 720. There we go. That's ever so slightly more turning power, but still so little. Like, it's still so weak. I kind of feel like it might be time to invest in just a bit more power. Let's get rid of these. They shouldn't be here. There we go. Up to 1700 engine power. Let's go ahead, increase our RTGs just to make sure we can keep up with that demand. So let's set these up to 4. Yeah, that'll be 2400 thrust power worth of turning. And we'll be using literally nothing power-wise. Okay, can we turn now? Barely. We could just barely turn now. Maybe jets. Maybe we could do jets just for the ability to turn. Like, I wouldn't mind that. We can still barely turn though. Oh man. Okay, what if I do this? Does that do it? It's still barely a thing, but okay. I want to make sure that the RTGs are keeping up. Yeah, the RTGs are perfectly fine. Let's go to the front of the craft. There we go. Can we just... That's much better. That's actually a decent turning radius. Perfect. All right. All right, guys. We're taking her out for a spin. We're going to go find an enemy. Bets on whether we live? Should we fight one thing and then go to episode 16? How about that? Thoughts? Thoughts on fighting one enemy? Or exploring until we get to one enemy? How long has it actually been? It's been 8 minutes. Even in 1% or even in 10% speed with me building the entire time for over an hour, it's only been 8 minutes. This thing is fast and I like it. That sounded ominous. I always get weirded out by those noises. We do need materials. Luckily, we don't burn anything when we move. Should probably have more than one primary thruster, but we just don't. Oh, yeah, I don't want control of the guns. Let the guns do what they want. We should, however, do a little change to the AI controlling the guns, because we only want them to fire at a range of like 2 kilometers, because I'm pretty sure beyond 2 kilometers they're just gonna miss anyway, and I don't want that. Where are you going? Man, this thing's just chunky. I was gonna say beautiful, then I was like, nah, it's chunky. You were a chunky boy with chain guns of doom. Still nothing. Let's go ahead, take a look at the missiles. I am gonna want to be able to control the missiles for obvious reasons. Oh wait, hold up. Hold up. We'll go to the missiles. Missiles go in slot 2. We are going way too fast for me to like keep up properly. Let's continue heading west, I guess. Yeah, no enemies, no portals, nothing. It's just our beautiful chunky ship. Trying to think of stuff I can do just to optimize this a little bit. I definitely want to make this armor look a little better at some point, but like it is just going to cost us a ton of materials, and we just don't have that kind of time. We'll fix this one though. There we go. This shouldn't be sticking out like this. But yeah, so our biggest worry is lasers, as we cannot deal with them properly right now. We have nothing to protect ourselves against them at all. They could potentially just aim at the balloon, puncture the balloon, and just drop us from the sky, which would be a very bad day for us. I think, yeah, it's not too expensive. We can go ahead and double armor up the blimp, at least on the sides. I'd rather have 1,000 less material, but be able to take, 2 shots than 1 shot. Oh, hey, a portal. Well, let's head over towards the portal. If we head towards the portal, we at least have a escape attempt that we can make. We've got our HCBs to turn helium on and off still. But yeah, overall, it's kind of a quiet little flight. I do love that we're going like 25 meters a second.
Listening.
Yeah, we got 2 AI so far, or 2 portals so far, and that's it. So go ahead. It's oh. Tell us a little bit about our ship. 42,000 materials invested, munitions of 889. We use 1,000 materials a minute. Man. So we can go into about 13, 14 minutes of combat probably. Total firepower 54.9. Man, that's nice. Okay, can we get an enemy? I'd like an enemy, guys. We're going to save the vehicle, is what I meant to do. It's airship. Zeppelin. Yeah, this is episode 14. No, this is episode 15. There we go. Oh. What's that? Oh, it's a volley? Is that what that is? Okay, I thought I heard the chain guns winding up for a second. I was like, whoa! Alright, well, let's go make friends. Friend time. I don't want to fire the missiles. I want to get them with the chain guns. Because I want to see them go. Alright, hold up. You know what I don't know for sure? I don't know. You're loaded. You're also loaded. Yeah, okay, so I must have... Perfect. Okay, no, they're loaded properly. That's good. I was like, wait a second, is the chain gun loaded on both of them? Alright. Come on. See the enemy. Shoot. Okay, so 2 kilometers is a little far. It looks like 1.8 or so should be our goal. Holy hell. Maybe we need to mix in tracer rounds, just in case. Jeez. Oh, you poor thing. Alright. How much of our ammunition did that expend? Yeah, no, we didn't even get to the second set. We got through some of it. Oh, what are we shooting at now? Who are you shooting at? Did I miss something? No? Okay. Alright, so yeah. 1800. 1800. There we go. And I do. Oh, okay, that's the clicking of those things loading. All right. And I do want to attempt to copy this. So, what? Better? Okay. So I want a tracer, a solid warhead, and I guess a heavy head. Okay, so that goes, we're running 88, I do believe. 405 meters, 500 meters. So, speed modifier, disruptor, I guess. 447, 509, no. I guess we want gunpowder tracer. And then solid. Sabo, no. Oh, perfect. 509. 509. Great. Okay, so that gives them identical. So we just want to take you and swap you over. I just want this one. Yeah. They didn't change all of them, no? Yeah, so switch these two. Switch these two. There we go. It won't take effect until they actually do a reload, but you know, whatever. Oh, that's a resource zone. I guess we'll go ahead and get that. Just because there's no repercussions to getting it. Resources, material gatherers, 2 of them. Oh, what are you? You are a terrifying thing. Okay. I want to go to the resource zone. I want to make friends with him. You can't make me. He wants to be friends with us, though. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't want to be your friend. Please. Fire the missiles. I don't want to be your friend. Please go away. Ooh. 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 Oh. I need to... Oh, God. Well, he seems to be having a bad day. Fire the missiles. Yeah, no. No, he's dead. He is so gonna die. Oof. Big hits. Big hits. Oh. That wasn't my plan, but whatever. Yeah, fire it. Is there anything else spawn? Not that I can see. Okay, let's go take a look at what's going on with the chain guns. We must be in reload mode currently. So it looks like we don't have quite enough chambers. Although it is nice to see the tracer rounds. fire the missiles. No, he's already AI dead. Now the question is, could I manage to get close enough by jumping? Oh, not even close. Not even close. But random chair. This is why you're here. Ah. Alright, well, that was the only enemy. So, let's get ourselves back in our little glass box, which is not safe, apparently. We've got... That was a loud beeping. Kind of hurting my ears, to be honest. There we go. So I would like to reinforce this a little bit. That way I'm less likely to die. You know, just because I personally find dying just unpleasant. Like I don't gain anything from it personally. It's just an unpleasant experience. Oh, that is the wrong position. There we go. So that should improve our little thingy. And we're actually going to go ahead, put the ship into this mode. Take us there. Because, yeah, we'll be going to both of those. And I'd kind of like to install a little back deck at some point. We do have 44,000 materials still from that. I'm almost feeling, yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Because I am worried, at least a little, about enemy aircraft. So what I'm thinking of putting down is just a couple of the octuple 40 millimeters. Just install one of those in each corner kind of deal. Link it to the AI, let him shoot him. All that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's a good use of, that's a decent use of like 16k, that's fine. We'll do that. Here, there, a AI web controller. Perfect. Failsafe so you don't shoot us. And one of these. Can't actually install this right here. So let's go ahead and put him in here. So again, web controller, transmitter, perfect. Pick us up some resources.
Listening. Moving out.
Yeah, I think we could put some extra resource gatherers on here. That way, when we go through a resource zone, we get all of it.
Listening. Moving out. Moving out. Turning off.
Let's just manually pilot us in there. go. Slow us right down. Perfect. Let's go back to upgrading the AI on this ship. Because we do need the AI to be able to sense enemies, alert us to their presence, and then we can shoot them down. So let's go ahead. We've got cameras on the main thing, so let's do sonars. Left and upwards are blocked, that's fine. Range detectors. And we'll do a radar gimbal and an IR gimbal. And then, there we go. Perfect. Did I do that on both sides? I didn't do that on both sides. I'm an idiot. Okay, boop, 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 boop. There we go. Perfect. That's on both sides. We do not have enough GPP. So let's add some more. 2, 3, 4, 5. Enough GPP? No. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more. Perfect. 100%. Bring us backwards into that resource zone. No enemies yet. And there we go. Get all that resource. Go forward a bit. Yeah, no enemies. Well, guys, I think we're going to call it here. We did take down a Perseverance. I know it wasn't the most cinematic fight. It's because I was trying to not get shot out of the cockpit. But I hope you guys are looking forward to the next outing for this horrifying craft. It's starting to turn out pretty nicely. I like it so far. It's a bit odd, but you know, it's a giant blimp. So, yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and leave your comments on what you think.